Okay, so analysis and neighbor data. This is the part where it basically tells you how many devices are at the account, how many devices responded, and how many failed. That's pretty simple. It's good to know because that way, if you pull it up, you pull up PHT and you just go to analysis, you can know how many DOCSIS devices, or whatever devices they have, and you can know right off the bat what you're dealing with. And also, analysis will give you examples of if there's a need for a Mocha filter. It will also let you know if there's a possible ingress filter, and it comes to that conclusion because you're missing the QAMs underneath 36 megahertz. All the QAMs underneath that on the return side are not transmitting, not getting through that filter. So it can basically tell if there's a filter on there, or a pretty high probability. The National Watchtower jobs, here it gives you the job ID. It tells us if it's assigned or not. Gives you the date, start time. Gives you a lot of information on whether or not there's XOC's aware of an issue, if it's in Watchtower or not. It might not even be assigned, but it's already aware that there's a plant fault. It automatically can tell, and it lets PHT know that. And you have your neighbor data. So if we go to that neighbor data, which is great because if you're failing for downstream, it will pull up the neighbor data and it will show you downstreams. If you're failing for flux, it will show you neighbor data and then show you the flux signatures for those neighbors. And it's just a great tool. You can click on the and run a PHT test on the neighbor if you want. It gives you the account number, the address. I haven't blocked out for CPNI reasons, but it gives you the PHT test number. So you could click on this and pull it up in another tab, open in another tab, and check and compare a full PHT test if you wanted to look at devices. Here it's giving you more neighbor data at 17 megahertz. You can open up to different QAMs, as you can see, flux signatures, and right now you can open it up. And I have the 17 megahertz QAM opened up, but it also gives me the option to open up the neighbor data on 23, 30, or 36 also, and I can see, what's going on, what kind of ICFRs they got, how they're grouped, what group are they part of as far as the flux signature, because Watchtower, specifically Flux, NWT Flux, which is part of Watchtower, can groups similar flux signatures together, so you can tell what group they're part of. So yeah, the neighbor data is an important tool, and it's a good tool to use for data, and you can compare, and that's the main thing. Utilizing your meter, utilizing the DOCSIS devices at the address, and utilizing the digital tools like Watchtower or neighbor data, which is, pulls from that. Watchtower, Spectra, things we're gonna do future tutorials on to go deeper. That will allow you to be more efficient out in the field. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed the PHT tutorial.